Let's talk about the tax code. Yes, God bless you. No AstroTurf. What is that? I thought we played football on AstroTurf. The United States tax code is 67,000 pages plus long. That's more than 30 times the length of the Holy Bible. It contains 5.6 million words. My producer Aaron can tell you that is roughly 12 more words than I can say in a 3-hour talk show. But what's worse than that is 5.4 billion hours that we spend as Americans trying to comply with that tax code. Now let's average this out. As Americans, they say that we on average make $18 an hour. Some more, some less. But we on average make $18 an hour. That's $97 billion of potential earnings lost trying to comply with the United States tax code. Our government has bailed out companies that it deemed too big to fail while ignoring the burdens of small businesses that employ 97% of you and I. Our government has stimulated the economy with a $900 billion pair of concrete shoes. They said it was for infrastructure, but rather than building a new sewer here in Lexington so they can lower your sewer rates, they're building walkability parks and rain gardens. Folks, this has got to stop. Have you had enough? But I'm not done yet. They plan an excruciating cap-and-trade system to slay the mythical monster of man-made global warming. While they claim to want to cap greenhouse gases and carbon credits, they want to trade carbon credits. What they really are doing is counter potential and trading our liberty. For the last 2 decades, our government spent and spent and spent. But over the last 100 days, our new president has spent more money than all the presidents combined in history. We have overspent our future by $11 trillion. Our government is taking liberties that they do not have the authority to take because they no longer fear the people of the United States of America. It's coming. Folks, Congress gave themselves a raise. And while they were feigning outrage at the greed of the private sector for giving bonuses to employees that had it in their contract, they gave $8 million in bonuses to staffers in Congress. Do they deserve a bonus? No! Do they deserve a raise? No! Have you had enough? They don't fear us yet, but they will. I look out there at all of you folks and all the other millions of Americans across this country, and I got to tell you something. They should fear this. So tell me, fear! What should they fear? One more time, what should they fear? Fear this! We, the people, yes. It's time for our government to fear us again. I promise I'm almost done. They don't have to fear violence. They don't have to do DHS reports on us. They have to fear our vote. And they have to fear our activism. And they have to fear us in parking lots like this all across the country, telling them what we think. This movement is about sending a message to City Hall, to Frankfurt, to Washington, that we're done sitting back and letting them get away with putting our money to usury. We're the ones who will decide how best to spend our money. If they don't like that option, they can quit and come back here and work in the private sector like you and me. Now, some people might think we need a majority to win this battle, but that ain't true, because one of my favorite patriots, Samuel Adams, once said, it does not require a majority to prevail, but irate, tireless minority, keen on setting brush fires in the minds of people. Folks, I've got a box of matches. You want to come with me? We need to take 3 steps. We're going to hear a lot of speeches as this Tea Party movement rolls on, but we need some concrete action. We got to start doing something. All right? It's got to go beyond this parking lot. We're going to take 3 steps. I want you to join me on this. Number 1, Representative Bill Farmer from right here in Lexington last session introduced House Bill 51, which would have eliminated the income tax in the state of Kentucky, and it did not get a hearing. But there are some inquisitive lawmakers who want to know. And if you call Frankfort this week, this bill might get a hearing. I just talked to him yesterday. They might actually hear this thing in a special session. Folks, we have got to call and ask for House Bill 51. It is time for us to take our own destiny into our own hands. Step 1, House Bill 51. Step 2. Step 2, Governor Rick Perry. How many of you are familiar with the great state of Texas? God bless Texas, and he can do it here. Governor Rick Perry has come out in support of a 10th Amendment reaffirming piece of legislation in the state of Texas. The bill similar to that in this state where this emanated from was put up before the legislature this last session. It did not get a hearing, but I talked to Representative Stan Lee, who wishes he could be here last night, and he said he promised he would do this for us in the next session. He'll put up a sovereignty bill, and this time we'll go with him. Step 3. We've collected a lot of tea bags, thousands of them, and we've got signatures. There's a petition over at the Bluegrass Institute's booth. We're going to go to Frankfort. We're going to take these tea bags. We're going to give them to David Williams. We're going to give them to Greg Stumbo. We're going to give them to Governor Beshear. We're going to tell them, do not take the stimulus money. We don't want it. We don't need it. All right, I'll close with this. The tea parties are not a culmination. This is not a climax today. This is just the beginning. We can and we will be successful. We got to recapture the spirit, though, in America of American individualism. We got to recapture the spirit of liberty that has long defined this greatest nation on earth. I don't know how many of you folks out there are Christians. I'm not here to tell you what to believe, but I am a Christian and I'm proud of it. And I think that my God doesn't need legislation. But I do think that my God has a special calling for this nation. And that special calling can be boiled down to one word, and it is a very, very clear and loud and present word that the rest of the world understands. Ladies and gentlemen, the calling of this nation is liberty. It is not socialism. We are not meant to go out as socialists or communists. We love liberty, and that is blessed of God. We must not be ashamed, and we must not fear the consequences of taking a stand for liberty. So let's go to City Hall. Let's go to Frankfort. Let's go to Washington. Let's take these tea bags. Let's tell them no more closed doors. Let's tell them transparency. Let's tell them to cut their pay and give us our money back. And let's tell them that we're here to bring the American spirit of liberty back. We're not going away. We're not afraid. And we're going to do this together. Thank you very much for coming out today. God bless you. God bless America.
Leland Conway, great American. These radio talk shows, you gotta watch out for these guys, man. They come in every day with 3 hours worth of stuff.
God bless you, man.
I'd like to say today, I'm a proud Christian too. I'm a Christian American. If you're not, that's okay, but I have the freedom to say that. And we better hold on to that freedom.